Okay, so now we're going to practice modeling. In order to do that, I gave you guys a reading assignment on Harry Potter. You will read it and sequence the most important points of the reading, and then you will work together to develop your model.
I'm going to sequence this.
So the article covers the book's publication history, then it talks about the film history, and then it talks about how, in spite of the fact that it's Rowling's worst nightmare that Harry would end up on the side of a fast food container, it's all about the licensing and sales of merchandise related to Harry. Publishing films, it's publication history, films, and then merchandise.
Okay.
Is what it's really about.
Yeah. Publication, films, merchandise.
So, if we're going to share this with the group, what strategies would we use to kind of show them that information and make sure it appeals to different kinds of learners?
Okay. So I think we need to appeal to a couple different learning styles. So even if we have tutees who are different learning styles, we can basically influence a large number of tutees instead of hitting like a quarter of our tutees.
Okay, to make sure they get the information.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And I think for learning styles, let's try to hit at least the reading and writing tutees and the oral tutees.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
Sounds good. So I want to make sure that when I'm sharing this information with the tutees that I'm giving them information that is both appealing to their learning styles and sequenced in a way that makes sense to them. So putting the information together first helps me see how can I present that information. But just talking about it, acceptance, release, reception, release date of book 2 is an auditory thing, but putting it together in the timeline presents those students who are readers and writers, presents them with information that they can visually use. And they're creating that model, so it helps them see and hear the information.
So when I think of using metacognition in a model, it's explaining my thinking about thinking. So if I'm going to appeal to visual and auditory learners, I want to make sure that I'm speaking clearly using metacognition because that appeals to my auditory audience. And as far as visuals and reading and writing are concerned, using a timeline hits both of them because my reading and writing will write down or copy down my timeline, and my visual learners will like to actually see the timeline laid out for them. With it being spatially correct, so 1996 and 1997 are closer together versus 1999 that's a little spread out. So